Hello everyone, Owl here, and welcome to PARANORMASIGHT, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. This is a horror game that came out, I think sometime last year by Square Enix, and I was just in the mood for something spooky scary. So without further ado, let's just dive right on into this thing. It's got some pretty good reviews on Steam too, which is always a plus. I definitely might have to move my owl, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. Ah! You're here. Welcome, welcome. I have been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the storyteller. You're not John Hurt. I digress. Ooh, cool. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I shall be your guide going forward. Now then, before we begin our story, there are several things I must bring to your attention. One, you're definitely going to have to move the owl. Right, that should do it. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Saving is a very important element of games. It is the only way to keep your memories in place. If you do not wish to rely on autosave alone, you can also save manually via the menu. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. The menu button. From here you can check the text log, view useful files, and switch auto mode on and off. You can also adjust the brightness, volume, and other settings in the Options menu. For instance, if there is a voice you would prefer not to hear, like my own, you can mute it by setting the voice volume to O. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a 0. I knew that. I suggest you check the brightness controls and other settings now before going on. Ooh, files updated, open updates page. Yeah, I have my lights off and I have a little candle flickering. It's one of those woodwick candles, so you might actually be able to hear it. And I have my nice hot cup of coffee. Ah, delicious. Alright, let's go. Well, I'm not using a controller, so... You know, I'm sure we'll figure it out. It's fine. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah, there is one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. I would feel strange to go on without knowing your name. Please, tell me what I may call you. My name is... Owl. I see. ItsOwlRight, is it? I mean... there's supposed to be a T in there. And also I only typed an owl. Sure. No. Oh, how rude of me. Please pardon my mistake. I was sure that's what you said, but it seems I was wrong. What came over me? Let me try again. You wish to be called Owl? Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with you calling me ItsOwlRight. That's the name of the channel. It's just the T doesn't fit. Also, yes, I enjoy the Psychic Mantis callback. Very nice. Yes. I see. Very good. I seem to have gotten it right this time. Alright, now that we've been properly introduced, let us begin our story. Ahem. From antiquity to present day, regardless of how society and civilization evolve, a tale of soul and sword, eternally retold. Death has been a constant presence that none have ever escaped. Whether it is of one's own or that someone close to death is always a difficult thing to accept. This is an immutable reality, a value shared by all no matter the age in which they live. In fact, oral traditions reflecting people's fears and prayers regarding death still remain. Ghosts, spirits, and so on. Similarly, in an attempt to defy death, many curses, rituals, and... oh, we're getting a little close to the TV there. And customs have been born from burning spirit incense to summon the souls of the dead. Some of those secret arts are still being passed down to this day. Ah, on that note, Owl. This may seem rather abrupt, but... is there someone you wish to bring back from the dead? Ooh. Good question. What if... What if you had one chance to use the secret art of resurrecting the dead? Depends. Are they coming back as a zombie, or are they just, like, popping back, like, at the time they died? Because, you know, I'm not going to bring back someone who died when they were 98 if they're just going to die the next day. It feels like a bit of a wasted chance. Yes, if you had the power to bring someone back to life one time and one time only, what would you do, Owl? That's a negatory on that one. I would not sacrifice myself. I'm not gonna sacrifice somebody else. Use it came in a cost. I'd use it if it came at no cost, if I'm being honest. I mean, honestly, what I'd probably do is, like, look for news stories of, like, a tragic death that was, like, father of, like, 5 dies in, like, drunk driving accident. If he was not the drunk driver. And then be like, boom, you're back. I mean, there's more personal people I could use it on, but, like, time is a factor. I see. Very interesting. Yes, that's what I thought you'd say. What seems to be the matter? Ah, you want to know what this box that has been sitting here is? It's a television. It's quite the curious thing, isn't it? This is called a color television. The world I will be sending you to is full of devices such as this that do not exist in the age you are from. I mean, he's not wrong. That's like, what, a CRTV? You don't really see a lot of those in 2024. He's kind of got a point. In this era, a color television can be found in nearly every household. That is not all. For example, if a person should wish to contact someone while they are out of their home, they use public telephones like this that can be found all over the city. Holy shit, payphones? I haven't seen an operating phone booth in so long. Man, we really are going back to the past. Can you imagine what life would be like in such a time? I'd be thrilled to have you continue the story, Owl. Yeah, no cell phone. You gotta either use your home phone, or if you're out of the house, you have to ask somebody if you can use their phone. Like, I remember, like, if I was at Stop and Shop, I would literally be like, hey, can I use your phone? And they'd always give me, like, a weird look and be like, okay. Don't know why this, like, 8-year-old kid needs our phone. Because smartphones wouldn't be a thing for, like, 5 years. After all, that is why you came here. No? So let us begin. I have kept you waiting long enough. I present you PARANORMASIGHT, a bizarre tale surrounding the curse known as the Rite of Resurrection. A peculiar yarn ensnaring 9 men and women in a fierce fight for the rest of their lives as it unravels. Some of the characters appearing within surely share your views on the Rite of Resurrection. I imagine those who have lost someone dear to them will feel particularly strongly about it, clinging to it as their last desperate hope. The first I shall introduce, a man named Shogo Wiki, is one of them. Person of interest updated. Ooh, okay. Shogo Owiki. Sex, yes. Occupation, office worker. Shogo is an unremarkable young man entering his 3rd year of working in the planning department at Hyaku Soaps, a chemical company headquartered at Sumida. I have to blow my nose. Born in western Tokyo to an ordinary family around the same time as the birth of colored television, he grew up amidst the boom of special effects heavy action films, anime, various shows, professional baseball, and pop music. Shogo graduated from a famous private university in Tokyo, you've never heard of it, and has since settled into an apolitical mindset. Common among those of his generation, with no strong ideals and no particular dissatisfaction with the world as it develops around him. He is content to just go with the flow, having stumbled onto his current position by pure chance. And it is safe to assume he will follow the stereotypical path of working his way up the ladder, starting a family, and remaining at the same company until retirement. He plays folk guitar as a hobby, and is currently looking for a girlfriend. Kinky. The storyteller. Sex. I don't know. Occupation. He's the storyteller. His name? Okay, fine. The storyteller guides those who visit PARANORMASIGHT. Everything else about him remains a mystery. Fair enough. Breaking news! Oh, I wonder what it could be at such a time. Early this morning, the body of a drowned man was discovered at a park in Sumida City. Police have identified the body of Shogo Aike, a 25-year-old man who has worked at a company in the area. Signs of a struggle were found. The Sumida police suspect foul play and have launched an investigation. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, excuse me. Please pay no mind to what you have just seen. Goodness, you very nearly saw something that would have spoiled the story. Just pretend you did not see that. Let us turn back in time a smidge and start again from there. Do you understand? You saw nothing. You know nothing. I mean, that's accurate. It's kind of rude, but it's true. This story is a work of fiction. All locations, characters, organizations, legends, etc. that appear in this game have no relation to reality. They're more like cousins. Cool. Square Enix presents Shogo? Shogo, are you alright? Oh, hi there. Hey, can you hear me? Huh? Oh, huh? Hey, that's not a proper answer. Earth to Shogo Okie. Okie? Okie? Look, it's close enough. What do you think you're doing falling asleep here? You gave me quite the shock. Come on now, up with you, up! Okay, and... there. How's that, alright? Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? Well, I got a lot of black bile, but that's normal for me. I'm fine. I think. There's definitely nothing wrong with my humors, but my head's still a little fuzzy. Office worker, Shogo Okie. Uh-huh, that doesn't sound good. Turn your head around a little bit and see if you can walk alright. When the game is in your control, drag the screen or move the right stick to look around. Try looking at your surroundings now. Once again, I'm using mouse and keyboard. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I like this. This is very, very smooth. I don't... Ooh. There's something very satisfying about this. Play escape. Ooh, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, that got me. Oh, my soul left my body for a second. Good, good. You seem to be fine. What a relief. Do you remember everything, like, where we are or what we're doing? The rite of resurrection? Huh? Wait a second. When did I tell you about that? I mean, I guess I must have, seeing as you know that name, but... weird. Anyway, you still seem a little out of it. Why don't you take around a little bit more? Yes. Words. Okay. You can converse with people by selecting their faces. Okay, but no sneaking up on me again. That was not cool. Huh? Where are we? Oh, right. This is Sumida City, Tokyo. We're at Kinishiburo Park, near the Kinshiko Station. Yoko brought me here saying she needed my help with something important. It's just past midnight. That explains why there's nobody else around. Files updated. Open update pages. Ooh. Sumida City, Tokyo. One of the 23 districts. Sorry, I'm used to... well, New York has 5 boroughs, but in each borough is broken into like a crap ton of districts, so it makes sense. Shit. Sometimes I forget how big Tokyo is. One of the 23 districts of Tokyo, located in the eastern part of the city. It is surrounded by the Sumida, Arakawa, and Kunaka rivers. At the start of the Showa era, the area was still divided into 2 districts, the southern Honjo and northern Mukojima, but they were merged into one district after the Second World War. It is said to be named after the Sumida River and the banks that line it. Unlike the river, however, its name uses the character for ink rather than that for corner. Even now, people still frequently mix up the two. Despite suffering extensive damage from both the Great Kanto earthquake and air bombings during the war, Sumida managed to recover and come out on top every time. Once filled with samurai residences, it is now home to a thriving industrial district and many residential zones, though evidence of its previous character can still be found all around the area. Major landmarks and tourist attractions. We have the Echo Temple, the former Yasuda Gardens, site of Kira Kozakunsuke's residence, are Honjo Matsuzakucho Park, Sumida Park, Tokyo Metropolitan Memorial Hall, and Mukojima Hyakian Gardens. Whew! My tongue is getting an exercise today. Okay, Kinchiburo Park. Wait, isn't this the park from that Akira Kurosawa film? Maybe. Opened in 1950, conveniently close to Kinshiko Station and surrounded on all sides by roads, this paved park is a popular spot for people to meet or relax. Kinchiburo Park was named after the Kinchiburo Canal, part of the South Waragiyasu Canal, which could once be found nearby. In fact, the area's name, Kinshiko, was also derived from the canal. Alright, cool. Is that everything? Yes. We are up to date. Files updated. Boom. Alright, anything else we haven't looked at? Telephone booth! These telephone booths are all over town. The lights are always on so they can be used in an emergency. Really? I have to read about telephone booths? Okay, kids who are born after the year 2000, here's your lesson. A small booth containing a public telephone. Most often found in parks or along roads, local telephone calls can be placed at a rate of 10 yen, or in American it was like 10 cents, but eventually they upped it to a quarter, per 3 minutes. More recently, telephone booths capable of accepting prepaid cards, known as telephone cards, have begun to spread, enabling one to make a phone call without the need for small change. The telephone booths in downtown area tend to be plastered with unauthorized advertisements and leaflets, a problem that has shown no sign of slowing down. That is correct from my memory. Okay, anything else? Surroundings? Nope, that's not what I meant. Alright. I think we're good. Let's go back to talk to the... playground. Let me just see if there's anything else first before I click on playground. Okay, playground of Invalide. That's an interesting looking playground. I bet it's crawling with kids during the daytime, but it's kind of peaceful here at night. Hey, if you're... when I lived in New York, there was a local playground near my house. I would use it for exercise equipment. Like, I would do, like, pull-ups and chin-ups on, like, the bars and stuff. And the cops once came by, and they didn't bug me. They just kind of looked at me for a minute and then kept on going. This was at, like, 2 in the morning, by the way. Yoko! That's Yoko Fukunaga. Good. At least I can remember that much. I first met her about a month ago. She's 23, works as a housekeeper, and is really into the occult. If I think harder, I can probably recall a little more about what's going on. We've only met a few times, but we've really hit it off. She's a lot of fun to be around. I have no idea how she feels, though. I get the sense she isn't thinking about me that way right now. But I know I've got a thing for bubbly girls who are into dark things like the occult. Yeah, guilty. Paranormal fanatic, Yoko Fukunaga. Fukunaga. Alright. Let's read her file. Yoko Fukunaga. Female. Housekeeper. After obtaining a junior college degree, Yoko started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she has received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue to this day. Following graduation, Yoko worked a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural, and quit within a year. Her or the supervisor? Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. She vowed to live life true to herself and never changed for the sake of others. Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogopogo, which has been by her side since she was a student. And I'm sure that character will come into play later on. Alright, recall? Let me think. What can I remember? Okay, her name is Yoko Fukunaga. We met about a month ago. What's the deal with this park? Uh-oh, I'm blacking out! Oh, everything's in sepia. It was around noon, one of my days off. I just finished running some errands in Kinshiko and was taking a quick break. I was just looking around absent-mindedly, definitely not freebasing. Unless... Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot about the whole click and drag thing. Square Enix games are just very good at getting good music. I mean, I know they they have like a handful of guys they use, but like those guys, they got skills, bro. Aha! When I noticed this girl loitering about. She was digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seemed to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures and petting them on their heads. My curiosity got the better of me before long, and I struck up a conversation. Hey, are you looking for something? Huh? Oh, sorry, I must look like a total weirdo. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm looking for something. If you want, I could give you a hand. Really? I mean, that'd be a huge help, but... Are you really a good Samaritan? Or are you after, you know, something else? I mean, I could be both. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. Huh? Oh, don't tempt me. Not today. Not today. We resist the bonk. I'm a good Samaritan. Oh wow, my hero. People like you really do exist. I think I might cry. Okay, I guess I'll let you help me. Be warned, you might regret what you've gotten yourself into. No worries. What are you looking for anyway? Did you lose a bracelet or something? Not exactly. I'm searching for one of the 7 mysteries. Supposedly, this is the location of the Whispering Canal. The what? Now I've done it. I bet you think I'm some kind of lunatic. The 7 mysteries of Honjo. Do you know anything about them? I figured everyone around here would at least have heard of it, but I guess not. Honjo is what the southern part of Sumida is called. A long time ago, this part of Tokyo was split into 2 separate cities. The north part was Mukojima, and the south part was Honjo. Huh? Am I boring you? Well, I'm not a local or anything, I just work around here. Oh, then no wonder you didn't know. Well, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo is a legend dating all the way back to the Edo period. Really? Is that old? That's like over 2 years ago. Or even 200 years ago. Oh, I've got your attention after all. I just assumed it was one of those fake stories made up to chase the occult craze. I don't blame you. A lot of the popular stories going around are pretty fishy. But the 7 Mysteries of Honjo are different because they're all true. They're true? That's what I said. They're the real deal. So hold on. What does that mean? Are you telling me there's actually paranormal stuff at work in this park? Yep, pretty much. But there's gotta be more to it. After all I've done, I still haven't found a thing. That was the first time I met Yuko Fukunaga. File updated. Open updates page. Oh, we got notes. And hey, I'm gonna read them all because I've been doing it so far. The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Honjo became known as a hot spot for strange happenings during the Edo period. A number of these stories have survived to this day and become known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. While many of these were likely the result of people blaming things they didn't understand on spirits or monsters, the stories continue to be told as urban legends. Despite what the name would imply, there are actually more than 10 of these strange tales. Their roots likely come from stories told by the city's common folk. The most famous of the stories is the Whispering Canal, which eventually became the basis for both an idiom and a well-known rakugo story. The most famous of the 7 mysteries. Oh, here we go. The Whispering Canal, the Fool's Procession, the Beckoning Light, the Haunting Clappers, the Evergreen Beach, the Taiko of Sugaru, the Foot-Washing Mansion, the One-Sided Reed, and the Ever-Burning Lantern. 7 Mysteries of Honjo, Kunateru Utagawa painting. Yeah. Nice. Let's learn more about that canal. An enduring superstition, formerly known as Kinshibori, many fishermen once gathered on this section of the canal that ran through Honjo. As their days came to a close and the fishermen gathered up their catches, a terrifying voice would rise up from the canal whispering, "Leave it behind! Leave it behind!" Those who ignored the voice found themselves unable to move, and their previously full baskets of fish emptied. They would then be dragged into the canal, never to return. The strange phenomenon continued to occur, and the people began to call this body of water the Whispering Canal. And I feel like my articulation is a little off today, but you know what? That's okay. I think we already learned. Ooh, that's just a map. Did I already? No, I did not read this yet. A location. First off, yay, maps. A location in the southern part of modern Sumida City. It consisted mostly of swamplands until the middle of the Edo period. While it wasn't originally considered part of the city of Edo itself, the area on the eastern side of the Sumida River began to develop once the Rikoku Bridge was built after the Great Fire of Mereki. While Honjo is known for a large number of rivers and canals, many of these were dug during the area's urbanization for drainage and sewage. The Ryogoku Bridge area, home to the Edo Temple, eventually became filled with both people and shops. After a magistrate was assigned to the area, the shops continued to pop up. It soon became a part of Edo proper as its reputation as a lively place spread. Honjo, along with other areas like Asakusa and Fukukawa, are still appreciated today for their old-fashioned feel and architecture. Well then. Occult craze. Paranormal phenomena. The supernatural, aliens, cryptids, Mulder, lost civilizations, ESP, the list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take on a life of their own. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in Loch Ness. Sightings of mythical creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon. The urban legend of the Kushisake Onna. Television reports of spoon-bending psychics. Documentaries which feature mediums and spirit photography. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public. There is no end to this obsession in sight, with magazines on paranormal phenomenon enjoying widespread publication. Most recently, rumors of an ancient ritual known as the Rite of Resurrection have been spreading in certain circles. Ooh, this book is scary. Alright, cool. We exchanged contact information, and we've talked on the phone a few times since. We've even met in person once or twice. But she never brought up the 7 mysteries of Honjo again. I figured she'd gotten bored of it. Until today, when all of a sudden she decided to resume her search. Huh? Wait a second, where did Yoko go? Is she gonna sneak up on me again? I will punch her. Oh, she's over there. Huh, good. There she is. She's back to digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seems to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures, petting them on their heads. No animals need that much petting. Dude, have you met cats? Is that a subway station? Okay. Let's click on surroundings again. According to Yoko, the Whispering Canal, one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, is around here somewhere. It's apparently the story that the expression left of the canal originally comes from. I think I left myself a note about it. I should check my files. What? I read all the files. Wait, what? Huh. That's concerning. That's right, she asked me to come here to help her look for one of the 7 mysteries. Actually, I think I did some research into the 7 mysteries of Honjo. I can't remember all too well. I should check my files. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, we got a lot of reading. Well, I said I'd read it all, and I'm gonna do it. This may not be the most exciting playthrough, but it's happening. The beckoning light. An enduring superstition. While walking along the road near Hoonji at night, one might spot a hazy lantern light up ahead, despite there being no one around. Following it will cause it to go out suddenly when getting near, but just when one fears the darkness might swallow them up, another light will appear further ahead, as if guiding the one who sees it. Some say the flame is benevolent, leading people to their homes, while others believe it is a monster, leading people astray. Some even believe it is the vengeful spirit of someone that died, luring the lost to the land of the dead. The haunting clappers. An enduring superstition, as the evening bell rings in a rickshaw near present-day Tsukumoku Bridge. A night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers together again. Clack, clack. The echo answers again, but no matter how hard he searches for the source of this second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it was the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it is a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. The Evergreen Beach. An enduring superstition. Once upon a time in North Akurabashi, a beautiful beach lord stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as the former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the Beach Residence. Somehow, no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumor spread of the eternally green tree, it became known as the Evergreen Beach. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This had led people to suggest that the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became a legend at all. The Taiko of Sagaru. There was once a daimyo from the Hirosaki domain in Sugaru who built a residence in Midoriko? Yes, that sounds correct. On a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower in the event of a fire. While most towers use wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason, the residence was permitted to use drums. The residence and its special privileges led to much speculation and gossip among the townsfolk. The Foot-Washing Mansion. An enduring superstition. This is the story of something that occurred in the dead of night, in a residence in Mikasako, modern-day South Waragesu Street in Kamezawa. A foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly, a giant foot drenched in blood smashed through the ceiling. "Wash!" it commanded. After the servants carefully washed the foot, it returned from whence it came, fixing the roof it had broken. A man who had been visited by the foot every night asked a friend to trade houses with him. That night, the foot stopped appearing. I don't know, a lot of these seem kind of sus. The One-Sided Reed. An enduring superstition. There was once an infamous rogue by the name of Tomezo, who fell for a woman named Okoma. Tomezo persistently chased after Okoma, attempting to win her heart over and over again, but she rejected his advances each time. Enraged by her indifference to him, Tomezo brought a dagger to a canal near Ryokoku Bridge and attacked Okoma. He cut the arm and leg off one side of her body, then threw them into the canal. Ever since then, the reeds growing along that canal have only sprouted leaves on one side. Seems like a fun guy. The Ever-Burning Lantern. An enduring superstition. On a bone-chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a soba cart along the canal known as South Waragesu. But there is something strange about this cart. No matter when one might visit, its owner is nowhere to be found. Yet the lantern that hangs from it stays perpetually lit, burning brightly even with no oil to fuel it. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there is also the tale of the Never-Burning Lantern, another telling of this story in which the soba cart's lantern always remains dark, refusing to be lit. Okay, so we got all the stories. Boom. We are now armed and ready with knowledge. Actually, I think I did some research. Wait, what? I just checked the files. Not sure what it wants me to do. Let's try talking to the girl. Oh, good. Oh, wait, she's coming back this way. Yeah, we had to read them and then talk to her. Got it. Hey, what was that just now? Huh? Didn't you hear that? Now that you mention it, I did feel like I heard something. I'm not too sure, though. That was creepy. But your special talent, you should have been able to hear it. Pay closer attention for me, okay? My special talent? What are you talking about? Huh? I mean your special sense. You look like you can handle your liquor. Huh? I have no idea what drinking has to do with it, but I don't think so. Well, you must. I mean, you can see me, right? Huh? Wait, are you dead? Is she a ghost? Shogo Okie, 1 a.m. Kinishibori Park. And that is where I'm going to leave this episode, because I'm trying to keep these to a certain length. I know that was a lot of world building, but I'm invested. I'm going to keep playing this. I am going to finish the other series I'm working on too at some point, but right now I felt like something spooky. So that's it for part 1. I hope you guys liked this so far. I hope you're into it. I know I am. I love the artwork. I'm not going to go too into what I liked and what I didn't like, but if you liked what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. If you did not like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe anyway, and I'll catch you guys around. Have a good one.